Hi everyone, welcome again. Today, Zoho Writer, we're going to look after how Zoho Writer for content creators and publishing houses. So we are so glad to have you with us today. Whether you're a solo writer or an editor or part of a publishing team, today's session will show you how Zoho Writer can streamline every part of your creative process, like from drafting your first line to publishing your final copy. So in this session, we'll see how you can plan, write, and refine your content efficiently while also collaborating seamlessly with editors or reviewers and publishing teams. So today, joining me, I have Gautam, who will walk you through the demos and real-world example that brings these workflow to life. So before we start, a quick housekeeping note here. So you can use the Q&A pane to post any questions you may have during the session, and our product experts will respond to them. And once we're done with this webinar, the recording of the session will also be shared with all the registrants once it's available. And for the best viewing experience, we recommend using the top bar or the sidebar layout. You can switch to these from the three-dot menu or from your meeting toolbar. So we'll start by exploring how content creators can make use of the AI to draft or refine and structure their contents effortlessly inside Zoho Writer. And we'll then walk through the tools that enhance your writing and editing process. Let's say like Zia Grammar Check for AI-assisted editing and predefined layouts for beautiful formatting and version control for tracking revisions. So you also see how documents can be pushed directly to the other platform, helping you deliver content in multiple formats without switching tools. And then we'll move on to using a template for maintaining consistent branding and how organize your work using the content library. We'll also take you through a quick demo showing how all these features come together in a digital publishing guide from drafting to collaboration.
Exactly, Vicky. Then we'll step into the publishing side of things. We'll explore how publishing houses can manage workflows efficiently using Writer, starting with an author submission forms, followed by editorial quality control checklist. And further, we'll showcase how you can co-author and agree on terms on documents like royalty agreement. And then finally, we'll check out the payment summaries. So by the end of the session, you'll see how Zoho Writer can transform the entire publishing pipeline, saving time, maintaining consistency, and improving collaboration across authors, editors, and publishers.
Thank you, Gautam. So before we get into further, let's take a quick look at the different type of document that content creators and publishing houses work with on a regular basis. So the content brief and creative proposal help to set up the direction for new projects and ensure alignment between clients, writers, and editors. So the manuscripts and the article draft from the foundation of all publishing works, where the actual writing, reviewing, and refining happens. So the editorial checklist ensures every piece meets quality and consistency standard before it goes live. And design and layout brief guides the creative team to maintain visual and brand consistency across publications. And style guide and content calendar helps the team to stay on a schedule and maintain the right tone across all content types. In regards to author agreement and royalties summaries take care of the business side of publishing, ensuring fair compensation and clarity in ownership. Finally, marketing documents and compliance record support promotion and protect intellectual property rights throughout the publishing process. So let's now talk about the content creation process. So in every publishing house or creative agency, teamwork on article or a blogs and report it happens every day. So Gautam, what are some of the features in Writer that really helps to streamline content creation?
Well, that's a great question, Vignesh. Writer provides everything as a content creator needs. So they can structure their work neatly. So they can use headings, subheadings, numbered lists, and styles to make the document organized and visually consistent. For long pieces like reports, you can automatically generate a table of contents and navigate easily through sections using the outline view. And of course, Zia, our built-in as AI assistant, can help you draft ideas, summarize sections, or rephrase any content right inside the editor.
That sounds like a complete writing setup, Gautam. So, to make this more relatable, let's take a real scenario. So, imagine a content team preparing a digital publishing guide. They start with a base draft using AI suggestions, apply headings and styles for structure, and a table of content for easy navigation. So, once the document is well organized, they're ready to move into collaboration and editing. So,
Definitely.
yeah.
Definitely, Vicky. I get that. So let's have a quick look at it. So here is the Writer homepage where you can see all the documents available. And from here, you can just click on the Create New button and go to Document using AI. So this is one of the recent features that we have released. So using AI, you'll be able to completely create a document from scratch. So you'll not be requiring any manual effort for that. So all you have to do is just enter a prompt and then create the document. So I have a prompt that I have chosen. So in this case, let me just copy it and paste it here. So this is the prompt. So I just want a document. So regarding the title, creating content easily using Zoho Writer, and I want the document to have informations like introduction, drafting, organizing, refining, workflows, and some key highlights. So I have made sure that these are added in bullets, and I've also included some tables for it as well. So now let me just go ahead and generate this document. And in this process, you'll have three different options. So you'll have modern, casual, and professional. So using that, based on your preference, you can choose any one of the preferred output and just go ahead and create a document with a single click. So once the document is created, all you have to do is just make some minor changes according to your organization and then go ahead and publish it as a template so that it can be used by anyone across your team. So yes, the professional one is now ready, and the modern, and let's wait for the other one as well. Yes, so all the three are ready. So all I have to do is just preview the document, check if the contents that I require is available, and then go ahead and use this document. And here you'll also have an option to regenerate so that you can furthermore refine the response that you have got. So now I'm just going to go ahead with the use this document. So now with a single prompt, I'll be able to create a document with various structures like headings and pointers and also tables if I require. So now similarly, I have created another document in which we'll have the session on how to generate table of contents. So let me quickly show you how to check for the contents. So here what I've done is I have added headings. So I have selected heading 1 for the number of headings that I have. So here you can see for drafting, organizing, and all these are assigned with heading 1. So now what I have to do is I just have to go to the document and go to Insert tab from the left panel and click on Table of Contents. So here I'll have options to choose the number of levels that I need to display in the table of content. So if my requirement, let's say I have heading 2 and 3, I can just show 3 levels. So in this case, I have only 1. So I'm just going to go with heading 1. And yeah, you can also even customize it. And if you want to show page numbers or anything, you can choose accordingly. And even in the design, we have various options for you. So one is classic, contemporary, modern, and formal. So these are some options that we have in the design. So I'm just going to go with the classic one. So now I'm just going to click on Insert. And here you can see that all the headings in my document is available in the table of contents. So now all I have to do is just click on it and just go to the heading. So if I just go here, I'll be able to view the contents. So now let's just talk about some layouts. And when it comes to layouts, we have various layouts available. So you can use multiple column layouts within a document, and not only within the document, within certain sections. So let me show you how to insert a section in order to create a multiple column layout. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to the insert tab from the left panel and going to go to the break option. So here I am inserting a section break continues. So if I want, I can insert it for the next page, but here I'm just going to make sure that within a page I want multiple layouts. So now I'm just inserting a section break. So now once that is done, I'm just going to go to the layout option and just go ahead and change the layout of this particular section. So for that, I have to go to the page setup and click on two column layout. So now, as you can see, yes, the two column layout is applied, but for conclusion, I need only a single column layout. So for that, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to click on the cursor here and I'm going to insert another break so that my two column layout stays within a particular section. So yes, now I've inserted the break. So now I'm going to go to the conclusion and then going to change the layout to single column. So now, as you can see, I have added the multiple column layout in only for the key highlights, whereas the conclusion is still in a single column layout. So this can be checked by just placing your cursor here, and here if I place, you can see that there is the split between the columns. So not only two, we also have multiple columns like 3 left or right column layouts. So you can use any one of these according to your preference. And also you can use various orientations like landscape, and we have different paper size as well. And next, when we talk about bullets, we also have bullets and number list. So we have different types of list. One would be paragraph list and the other one would be heading list. So based on your preference, you can go ahead and use any one of these. So let's just say I want to convert it as a numbers list. So it's currently in bullets. I'm just going to click on it. And even if I require, I'll have options like changing it into alphabetical numbers list or a number list according to my preference. So these are about the options available for you to create the document and then design them according to your preference and then go ahead and publish it. So now once the options are done, you can go ahead and publish the document by just clicking on file and clicking on save as template, and just use save as organization template so that this template can be used across your team and they'll be able to just create documents with a single click without needing to create the document from scratch. So that's how you'll be able to use Zoho Writer for creating the contents and for designing the document in a professional way.
That was a quick, very good, great demo, Gautam. So it really shows how easy it is to structure and draft content using Zoho Writer. And now, once the content is ready, and the next step is to usually edit and proofread, right?
Exactly, Vignesh. This is where Writer truly shines for editors and reviewers. So they can turn on track changes to make edits that the author can later review and accept. Similarly, we have comments, which makes collaboration more simple. Editors can just leave a note or questions right into specific sections. And of course, Zia Grammar Check definitely helps ensure grammatical accuracy, clarity, and tone. Plus, we have version control and audit trial, so teams can easily compare drafts, restore earlier versions, or see who made which change. And for publishing houses, plagiarism check is a major plus, so which helps maintain originality before the content goes to print.
That really sounds powerful, Gautam. So to give you a quick example, let's imagine a manuscript that's just been submitted by an author, okay? And the editor opens it in Writer and now enables the track change and starts reviewing line by line. So they correct grammatical errors with help of Zia and leaves inline comments for clarification and run a quick plagiarism check before final approval. So once done, the editor can finalize the reviewed version, and all while maintaining a full audit trail for reference. So can you show us a quick demo on this part?
Definitely. So when it comes to line by line review, that really consumes time. So in order to overcome that, we have various options. Let me show you that one by one. So first, what the user can do is they can just go ahead and share the document with their collaborators. So let's say I have a collaborator here, I'll be able to share the document. So let's assume that this is the manuscript that has been submitted by an author for an editor so that they'll be able to edit and make some changes. So now what I do is once the document is shared, I'll just go to the review tab and switch on the track changes option. So now once that is done, any changes that is being made in the document will be recorded. So only the author can accept or reject those changes. So let me just quickly copy this and go to the other account that I have logged in. So yes, so basically I have shared from my other account to this account so that I'll be able to get inputs from my editor. So I have shared this with edit option, providing edit role. So I'll be able to make changes. So let's just say I'm adding some dialogues in this document. So now similarly, let's just say there is some dialogues which need more emotion. So what I can do is I can just highlight the text and just comment on it. So here I'll just comment need more emotion. Then add comments. So now I'll be able to use these tools for various purpose. And not only that, even using Zia, I'll be able to check for any spelling errors within the document. So let's just say there are some spelling errors, I'll be able to correct them and just go ahead and correct it. So now once that is done, I'll just go ahead and check if there are any more suggestions required. So the ease of reading score, the word cloud, and SEO analyzer, all these will be available. So similarly, we also have a plagiarism checker for the editors. So here in this case, let me just go back to that document and you can see that there is a plagiarism checker. So I can just go ahead and click on check so that the document will be entirely scanned and it will check for originality of the document and it will provide you the score. So these are the various options that we have, and we also provide options like autocorrect, and we have a personal dictionary. So let's just say the editor, the author who writes the content frequently uses some phrases, so they can just add them into the autocorrect option and it will be automatically reflected or replaced whenever you type that word. And similarly, if they would like to have some personal dictionary, maybe a dialect that they use or any other for that matter, they'll be able to add those words in the personal dictionary so that it will not be listed in the grammatical or spelling errors as well. So that's about the options available. And when it comes to track changes, as you can see, all the changes made in the other account is being reflected in here. So the author can choose, okay, so these are the suggestions made by the editor, so they can either accept it or reject. So let's just say they are rejecting the errors and they just want to accept the dialogue, so they can accept it. So now, and similarly, they can also check the comments and they'll be able to find out where exactly the editor has commented, and they will be able to add more emotions to the dialogue as mentioned by the editor. So that's how collaboration works within Zoho Writer, and you can also use the excellently available grammar check so that you'll not be required to jump between multiple tools just to check if your document is grammar proof.
Thank you for the quick demo and sharing the insights, Gautam. So now that the manuscript has been reviewed and finalized, how do publishing team take it forward from there?
Well, that's the best part, Vignesh. Once the content is ready, Zoho Writer makes publishing incredibly flexible. You can export your document into multiple formats, whether it's PDF, DocX, HTML, or even EPUB for ebooks. If the content is meant for a website, then you can directly publish to famous websites like WordPress, Medium, or Blogger, making it perfect for blogs or online magazines. And for internal sharing, you can push the final document to WorkDrive for storage or to other Zoho applications like Zoho Connect, Zoho Learn, Zoho Sites, or Zoho Commerce, where it can be used for training materials, web pages, or even online publications.
Okay, so that sounds really convenient, Gautam. So especially for publishing house managing multiple distribution channels. So they can finalize one master document and deliver it in different formats with just a few clicks.
Exactly. So it basically eliminates the need for reformatting or re-uploading in multiple systems. Everything happens within Zoho Writer. So let me show you a quick look on how it can be done. So these are some of the extensions available in Zoho Writer on screen. So this is just so that you can have a look at it. So you can see that there are various options like Zoho Desk, WordPress, Medium, Zoho Commerce, or even Zoho Sites. So these are some applications to which you can easily push the contents that you have created within Writer. So in order to push these documents to those platforms, what you have to do is just get into the Writer, and on the right panel have extensions. Just click on it and you'll be able to find the extensions that you prefer. So in WordPress, we have both WordPress Personal, that is used by individual users, and we also have WordPress Org, which is used by companies or organizations. So they can use according to their preference, and by just clicking and signing into this account, they'll be able to configure it. And not only that, we also have other options like Blogger, and if you just go to your marketplace, you'll be finding the rest of the applications that I mentioned in the screenshot. So these are some of the applications that is used in Zoho Writer. So just click and install these apps, which is freely available for you, and you can push the contents from Writer to those platforms.
Wonderful, Gautam. And that was actually a great demo, Gautam, on multiple format deliveries. So now let's move on to something that's especially important for publishing houses. So the publishing workflow. When we think about publishing, it's not just about writing or editing. There's a structured flow that connects author, the editor, and finance team together, correct?
Exactly, Mukesh. Well, in most publishing houses, a workflow begins right when an author submits their manuscript. From there, the editorial team reviews it, checks its quality and originality, and only then proceeds to create agreements and payment documents.
Right. So Writer can actually help streamline all of these stages from author submission to agreement signing and payment processing. Using fillable forms or merge templates and automated workflows, correct?
Yes, and the best part is, in each step, everything will be fully digital. So the submissions can be collected through a form, the editor checklist can be filled collaboratively, and the royal agreement can be sent as a fillable document for negotiation. And then the final payment summary can be generated automatically once everything is signed.
Perfect. So we'll now take a closer look at how this process works, starting from the very first step, which is the author submission form.
Definitely, we'll have a look at it. But before moving to the publishing workflow in action, let's start with something simple yet more powerful, which is fillable forms in Writer. So these forms are fully customizable and it can be embedded directly into your website, allowing contributors, authors, or clients to submit content or information without ever leaving your site. So you can include text fields, drop-downs, checkboxes, and even file uploads, all of which are securely stored and tracked in real time.
That's a great feature, Gautam, especially for publishing houses. So now let's say we are working with a publisher who accepts new manuscripts or story proposals online. Okay, so the first step is for the author to fill out a submission form that captures all the essential details, which is the names, contact information, the title, the genre of their work, and a short synopsis. So they also upload their manuscript and declare that it's original content. And once the author submits the form, the data automatically flows into a connected sheet or database, giving the editorial team instant access to all the submissions in one place. So, how can write a fillable form fits in this scenario, Gautam?
Let's check that out. So let me quickly jump over to a form that I have created in Writer. So this is an author submission form that I've created in Writer. So let me show you the configurations that has been done. So here I have added text fields, and there is an email field in order to collect the author's email address, their phone number, and here we also have drop downs. So recently we have also introduced an option to import drop downs. So if you have any CSV or JSON file, so you can import, let's say you have a list of drop downs that needs to be displayed, you can make use of this option to import them. And you can also add it as a comma separated series so that it will be added into the drop down field. And further moving on, we also have multi-line text fields. So here, if let's say you wanted to provide a brief synopsis, you can simply upload the document into Zoho Writer and ask Zia by just clicking the, let's say you wanted the summary of a content, you can just right click on it and go to ask Zia and use the summarize option in order to add any summaries that you require. So the created summary can be added as a brief synopsis here, and here we have a file upload field. So I have made sure that we are going to collect the file, and I have configured the size, the maximum size that can be submitted. So furthermore, I've added checkboxes, text fields, and also there is a signature and a date field. So the signature field, so that the author can simply put in the signature and submit the document. So also in the output, I have configured save responses to Zoho Sheet. So once any submissions has been done, it will be saved in the Zoho Sheet automatically. So let me show you here. Open up the Zoho Sheet. So I have some previous submissions that has been done. So yeah, so these are some of the submissions done. So let me just go back to the document, and now what I will do is I'll just go to publish and embed option. So in order to embed this particular form in my website, I would require an embed code. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use publish and embed option available in Writer. Opening it again. Yep. So now just go to the left panel and go to the automate tab and click on publish and embed. So here you can see that you can either publish it within your organization or with the web. So here I have used public on the web, and instead of copying the public link, I'm just clicking on embed code and selecting the information, the embed code, and then I'm pasting it in my website. So I've already created a website, so let me show you that as well. So yeah, here is a website that I've created, and in this I have a tab called author form submission. So let me click on it, and in here you can see that I have a an author submission form. So let me just type in my name, my email address, give me a phone number and other informations. So yeah, here I'm asking the book title. So and the genre. Yeah, so other information. So here, as I mentioned, if you'd like to have a synopsis, you can just copy the manuscript, the content, and ask Zia for your summary. So it will provide you a brief summary that can be added as a synopsis. So let's just go ahead and upload my script. Here is a manuscript. I'm just going to upload it. And yes, I want to print an ebook as well. So clicking on both and then confirming it and adding in the signature. So I'll be able to draw signature or upload a photo. So let me just draw and then yes, so I'm just selecting the date and that's it. I'm submitting the form and here, yes, thank you for your submission. We will review the manuscript and get back to you. So that's a message that I've added. So you can customize a message that can be added once the form is submitted. So now all I have to do is just get into the form data source, which is the sheet file, and then wait for the submission to show up. Yes. So here, my story of my life, that's the book title that I've given, and you can see the file upload field. So now, once I click on the file, I'll be able to download the manuscript and open it up, and I'll be able to read the contents. So now, once this is done, if the manuscript is okay, I'll just go ahead and proceed with the next step.
Thank you, Gautam. So once the author has submitted the manuscript, it goes through the editorial review process before moving to publishing. So at this stage, editors use a detailed editorial quality checklist, correct, to ensure the content meets all publishing standards. This checklist usually contains key sections like verifying the author details and the manuscript title, checking originality or the plagiarism score, reviewing grammar and the readability, ensuring the formatting aligns with the publication's guideline. So the editors also use this checklist to add their remarks, suggest corrections, and record the approval status once the manuscript is ready to move forward. So the entire review process ensures every piece of the content that gets published maintains consistency, tone, and quality expected by the publishing house. So Gautam, can all of this be managed inside Zoho Writer itself?
So as you mentioned, yes, the editorial team will have a form. So I have also created a similar form like the checklist that they would have. So here you can see that we have a form that has all the details from the editor. So we have text boxes, check boxes, and furthermore we have a table which contains a signature field. So in this, let's just say, according to my preference, I can either store the document or email the document or even save the responses to Zoho Sheet as per the previous example that we have seen. So now let me just quickly access the document. So as you mentioned, yes, the manuscript is now received and I have clicked on the Zoho Sheet link and I have opened up the manuscript. So now I'm just going to check if everything is perfect. So the version I'm just updating, let's say this is the second version, and the department is editorial. The author's name, it's going to be my name, and when it was reviewed today. And yes, so the other information like title of the document, and yes, you can see that the author name is also available in here because I have linked these two fillable fields with the same label, so that once I type in the author name, it will be pulled wherever I have inserted the same field. So the story of my life. And yes, so now you can see I have can check and make sure, and here we have SEO and plagiarism checker as well. So these can be done using the Ziad AI tool. So we have both SEO analyzer as well as the plagiarism checker. So according to your preference, you can choose and the editor can make their checks. So now once that is done, let's say this wiki and inserting a signature. So similarly, once that is done, you can go ahead and submit the form. That's about the editorial quality checklist. So this can be used across the editors and across various platforms as well.
Thank you, Gautam. Thank you for quickly taking us through. So now after the editorial team approves the manuscript, the next step is to formalize the partnership between the author and the publishing house. So this is done through a royalty agreement, okay? So typically, this agreement includes details like the author's name, the book title, the royalty percentage, advance payment if so, and distribution rights. So the publishing house drafts the agreements and sends it to the author for review. So if both parties agree on the terms, and they can finalize the sign and sign it digitally. So ensuring there's no manual paperwork back and forth is required. This process also needs flexibility. Sometimes the author might request changes to the payment structure or the royalty rate. So the document should allow co-authoring and negotiation before finalization. So Gautam, can such an agreement workflow be created and managed directly in Writer?
Yes, Vicky, royalty agreement is something that can be done within Zoho Writer. So let me just show you one. Here is a royalty agreement. So as we mentioned, yes, now the editorial quality control is being done. The editorial quality control is being done, and now what I have is I have a sheet full of data that contains all the author information. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to connect that with a merge template. So here you can see that I have the publisher name, the book title, and all the information like the advance payment made and the payment percentage, everything. So all these informations are available. So I have got the royalty percentage available in this particular data source. So this is after the edits are being checked and deciding the royalty agreement. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the merge fields to pull these sheet data into the writer document. So now here the author address, the name, and the book title, genre, manuscript ID, everything will be pulled from my data source. Additionally, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ask the author for their bank account number, because in my previous in our embed form we do not get these informations from the author. So what we are going to do is we are just going to get these informations from them so that we'll be able to make the payment. And in the preferred payment method we have configured options and we'll be able to use them for getting the payment. And here we have added the fillable field and we have pre-filled the fillable field with the royalty percentage. So what I've done is I've added a merge field into a fillable field in this case. So finally I have added a sign up field so that once the negotiation is done, I'll be able to go ahead and sign the document so that I'll be able to keep it for safekeeping. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run the merge. So I've added a filter so that I'll be getting only one document, just for an example. So now here the document is being merged. So you can see that there is the publisher name, the author name, and the manuscript details along with other information that has been pulled from our data source. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to share this particular document with the author, providing a field value edit option so that they'll be able to edit only the fields and not the content of this particular document. So only the fillable fields will be interactive for the author and not the other fields. So for that, what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to go to the review tab and enable track changes so that I'll be able to track any changes made in this document. So now I'm just going to go ahead and share this document, and while sharing I'm going to use edit field values. So now I'm just going to share this document with the other user. Yes, now I'll just quickly jump over to the other account in my different browser. This is the one, and here I'm adding the link. So here, as you can see, this is the document that has been merged and contains pre-filled information. So here what I'll do is I'll just add my bank account or the account name and the number. Bank name. So yes, so as you can see, since I've enabled track changes, I'm getting these things highlighted. So this is why here you can see, let's say I'm not approving this first 3000 copy is going to get only 8%, but I need 10% in my first 3000 copies. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change this. And similarly, for the next 4000 copies, I require, let's say, 12%. And for the next 6000 copies, yeah, I'm okay with this. So I'm just going to leave it as it is. And finally, I require 18%. So I'm just adding the information. So now what happened here is the author is adding their own information. So now let's just go to the publishers view. So in this publishers view, you can see that. So the information added by the author is displayed. So they can click on it and accept the changes. Yes, the account numbers will be provided by the author. It's always true. So we'll just go ahead and accept them. But here you can see that 10% is not something that I agree on. So here you can see the pre-filled value is 8, but the author has changed it to 10. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to reject them. And similarly, if I want 12% for the next 4000 copies, yes, in that case, I'll just accept it. And finally, I'm going to reject these changes. So this way, you'll be able to make sure that the changes made by the user is available for you to accept or reject it. So based on this, you can again go ahead and share this with your client and they'll be able to, okay, so let's just say if you're not accepting for 12%, maybe, yeah, I'm sorry, this was rejected, I guess. So yeah, I'm just going to go for something with 16%. So that it will be able to get into a terms and finalize an agreement. So now once the agreement is finalized, so I'm just going to accept it. And once the agreement is finalized, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and convert this into a sign template. So since I've already added the signer fields into this document, I can quickly convert that into a sign template, and you can see the automation is done. So now just simply click on send for sign, add in the email address of the users or use any email address that is pre-filled, and then go ahead and send the document for signature. So the signed document can be stored in WordPress or it can be pushed to various platforms. So this is how negotiation can be done using co-authoring facility in Zoho Writer, and you can get those agreements confirmed and signed within Zoho Writer without using multiple tools.
Wonderful, Gautam. Thank you so much for the detailed demo. So now, Gautam, once the royalty agreement is signed, so the next step is processing the author's payment, right? So this is where the author payment summary comes in, which includes details like the royalty percentage, the total earning from print and ebook sales, deductions such as advanced payment or any taxes, and the net amount payable. So this document ensures transparency and keeps both parties aligned on the payments term. Instead of preparing these summaries manually for each author, publishing house can automate the entire process, pulling payment data from the finalized agreement and generate a personalized summary for every author. So Gautam, can you also show us how Writer automate this entire flow from merging data to generating and sharing the payment summaries with authors?
Definitely, Vicky. Let me just quickly jump over to the document section. And here I have an author payment summary. So here, as you can see, this is a merged document, and I have connected to the Zoho sheet that contains all the information after the agreement. So the finalized rate and all the other information once the agreement is signed. So now, once what I'm going to do is I'm just going to connect and add in the fields into the template. And in here, you can see that I have added a date field, which is a dynamic today's date, so that anytime I generate a document, I need not go ahead and input the date manually. So automatically today's date will be captured and it will be listed in the particular document. And further, I've added the author name, email, book title, the royalty percentage, and other amounts as well. So here, what I've done is I have not calculated the total. So for not to calculate the total, I'm doing the sum above formula. So from the left panel, I'll be able to click on formula and insert the formula into the table or the wherever I require. And similarly, what I've done is I've added an advance payment. So let's just say a scenario where there is an advance payment made before the payment summary is done. So I have to deduct those payments, or if there are any taxes, I'll be able to deduct those as well. So in order to do that, what I've done is I've added the information in the table, and in here I've used a formula so that the total amount is subtracted from the advanced payment and the taxes. So in order to do that, what I've done is I've used table cell referencing. So here you can see that I have added table 1 D4, and since this is a table 2 already, I've used B2 and B3, so that the amount, the total value from D4 will be pulled, and it will be subtracted with the other two amounts of the advanced payments. And furthermore, I've also added a signer field. So if you'd like to send this document for signature, you can go ahead and send it, or you can just go ahead and remove these fields and just send it as a payment summary as a final document. So now what we can do is just go ahead and run the document. And before that, here you can see that I have added a cell referencing value here. So in the final, I have added an acknowledgement where I display the total amount that needs to be paid. So here what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and edit formula. Here if I want, I can also use a currency format or number to text according to my preference. So here I'm converting the currency format that has been added here to words. So here you can see that under the edit formula, I've used the formatting currency for this particular section. So according to based on your locale, the currency format will be displayed. So now once that is done, all I have to do is just go ahead and run the merge. And even while running, so let's just say I have multiple records, I need not manually enter each and every email address. So I can just simply pull the email address from the data source and then go ahead and send it. So we also have various options like inline, attachment, and etc. So I'm attaching this as a PDF document and then sending it to my author. So that's how easy it is for you to generate documents automatically once all the negotiation process is completed, so that the author will receive a clear-cut payment details to their email.
Wonderful, Gautam. Thank you so much again. So before we move on and we wrap up the session, let's take a moment to understand why Zoho Writer stands out for content creators and publishing houses. So Zoho Writer is not just a word processor, it's a complete writing workspace. So from drafting articles and editing manuscripts to publish the finished piece, everything happens within one platform itself. So you can collaborate with editors, you can proofread, and the authors in real time without juggling multiple versions or email threads.
Exactly. Writer also brings automation and structure that traditional tools like MS Word don't easily offer. So you can think of it as a modern alternative to desktop publishing in Word, but entirely online. So instead of manually applying formats or exporting between tools, Writer lets you to design multiple page collaborating live. And adding to that, the built-in AI assistant for grammar, readability, and checks, you've got a tool that simplifies every stage of the publishing process from the first draft to the final print. And before we wrap up today's session, let's also take a look at what's cooking inside Zoho Writer. So these are some features that are coming soon, and you can, it'll make sure that the content creation is probably more even smoother and publishing as well. So the first is download as EPUB. So this one's for all the authors and publishers out there. With this option, you can directly export your manuscripts or reports as EPUB files, which are compatible with major ebook platforms. So EPUB is currently accepted by Amazon Kindle, Apple Books, Google Play Books, Kobo, and Overdrive. This means your content can be distributed seamlessly across all major ebook stores without adding any additional formatting tools. And next, we have custom editorial workflows. So this feature lets you to design and automate your own publishing process inside Writer. For instance, a publishing house can define clear stages like manuscript review, copy editing, proofing, final approval. So each step can be assigned to specific roles, ensuring transparency and accountability throughout the editorial cycle. And finally, automatic signer configuration inside repeat regions. So this is particularly useful for publishers handling multiple agreements simultaneously. For example, imagine a publisher that manages both textbook and digital content rights for several educational trusts. Every quarter, they need to send out royalty and content license agreements that requires signatures from multiple board trustees. With this enhancement, Writer will automatically assign and configure signers for each repeating sections, saving a tremendous amount of setup time. So I hope these upcoming features will fully strengthen Writer as a complete ecosystem. So it's not just for writing and collaboration, it's for smart, scalable, and a better publishing management as well.
So thank you so much everyone for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed the session and got a clear understanding of how Zoho Writer can simplify writing, editing, and publishing, whether you're an independent creator or a part of a large publishing house. So if you'd like to explore Writer further, you can start right away by visiting writer.zoho.com. And of course, our team will be happy to assist you if you have any follow-up questions or need a personalized walkthrough on them. Also, you can reach us to our live chat support, and a toll-free number is listed for US, for India, for UK, and dedicated EU support, which is support@eu.zohowriter.com. We also have 24/7 live chat support. So if you guys have any questions, you can get back to us, get connected real time via live chat. So once again, I thank you everyone for taking the time to be with us today, and we look forward to see you in our next session as well. Thank you. You guys have a wonderful day ahead.